We have to look beyond the money. Otherwise, it's a mystery. Why are things set up this way? Hasn't our Creator endowed us with more noble things to do? Maybe it's time to have a heart-to-heart talk with Elohim. Talk with him. Maybe our work isn't fruitful where it's supposed to be. Maybe we're being distracted from our true work. Are we supposed to be spending all our time on survival? Where is the work that he gave us to do? We're all born with a purpose, with something that we're supposed to be doing. And he will hold us accountable for that. Some people, think that just being a good person, well, part of being a good person is doing what you were born to do. We have to make sure we're not distracted from our true work. It's good to have a job and to go earn a living. Of course it is. We all have to do our work. We all have to do what will bring in the provision. But when our family is ignored, don't we say that's why we go to work? When we dream of having children, we dream of them coming to us with questions. But are we frustrated by life's troubles and we snap at them, or we get impatient with them because their questions may seem silly? Or do we get tired of the training process of raising children? Do we treat our spouses the way that the Father would have us treat them? Or do we say, well, he understands? Yeah, he understands. That's not your excuse. The fact that God is able to understand anything and everything, that he gets it, that's not an excuse for wrong behavior and for wrong priorities and for serving money above everything. Everything else pretty much is more important than money. Money is a necessary thing. We have to attend to those things, but we have to be very careful that we don't get it all wrong. We think money makes the world go round because we believe it's our survival, and other things get mixed in there too. Could we have taken his principles and got them all out of order? Because his principles are mixed in there. We have to mix them in there because any time we believe something, no matter how crazy it is, it has to be based on something that's true. We are made in the image of God. So you can't hang something false in your heart and in your mind that isn't attached to something that's real. But wow, you can sure, we see people attach a whole lot of stuff to things that, those simple roots and those simple truths, a lot of things get attached there that just don't belong. Will we not work all the harder once we see that we aren't born to just survive? Sometimes we think we're working very hard, but sometimes we're just not working very smart. Yeshua said, be as innocent as doves, but be as shrewd as foxes. He didn't say to be evil, he said to be shrewd, and there is a very important difference, and that's one of the principles that we have to understand as believers. Once we see we aren't born to survive, we're made to thrive, and that means we have to put aside elements of greed, for sure. Fear, and fleshly compulsion, even when it comes from some noble roots and motivations. We have to connect with what he is speaking to our hearts and work that much harder, but with the right mindset and attitude. And what is attitude? You know, people talk about having a good attitude or a bad attitude. But think of it more like an airplane. They use the word attitude to describe the direction that the plane is going. See, the plane can be going, this way, but it may not be pointed that way. Or it could be turned, but it's not turning. It could be doing all sorts of things, and it's in trouble. A plane is in trouble when what it's doing doesn't correspond correctly to the environment and the direction that they're trying to go, and they've lost control is, I guess, one way you could look at it. So yeah, you could have a good attitude, you could have a bad attitude, but the point is, according to our flight path, is our mindset and our hearts and what we believe and what we're doing, is it constructive or destructive? I mean, we can have great intentions. We can have terrible intentions. We can have all sorts of things, sometimes and not even mean to. But at the end of the day, does it add up? Does it make sense? Is what we're doing making sense? Is it working? If it isn't working, stop kidding yourself. If something isn't working, stop kidding yourself. Stop trying to make it work. Stop trying to think something will work out that it doesn't work out.
We'd love to hear from you. Please write to us at disciplesofcana@gmail.com.